Hello, everyone. Welcome into another week of Dropping Dimes. This is going to be quite possibly the quickest show in the history of Dropping Dimes. I am here to announce something I probably should have done last week. I'm going to take a break, take a little hiatus from the show until we edge closer towards next season. I might intersperse between now and then, like random shows with. I'm still going to be basically delving into more numbers and running through hoops hype for the rumors section or basketball reference, cleaning the glass, and a million others. Because that's how I spend my free time anyway. But there's not a whole lot to cover right now. Like I started watching summer league games and whatnot, and I don't want to fall victim to overhyping guys' performances in summer league, or like spotting somebody that looks like a gem and then they end up not panning out, which has happened in the past. The one that killed me most is RJ Hunter. I remember watching him in summer league for the Celtics, and I was like, dude, this guy can shoot. He was definitely, I could see him being, eighth, ninth, 10th man on a roster for the next 8 years, and he's out of the league now. So I think the summer league MVPs, you can get lulled into a sense of belief that may not exist come regular season. Like watching Romeo Langford go off for the Celtics right now. It's like, okay, well, will that translate in the regular season? I have no idea when you go up against much better competition. And I'm not knocking the guys in summer league, but there is a dramatic shift from point A of you're trying to claw your way into the league to B, the guys are at the top of their profession. So it's interesting to watch, and I love watching the games and seeing all the young talent. And I'm lamenting the fact that I can't be in Vegas this year because this might be the last good year. It's just gotten so crazy. Man, it used to be the first year or two that I went, and this was after I'd been there for a while. No one was there. You could walk from one gym to the other, see as many games in one day as you could possibly squeeze in. And now you got to line up. At least the last year that I was there, you got to, if you're going into the smaller gym, you got to line up, a decent amount of time beforehand. Because the way Vegas is set up, there's the Thomas and Mack, which holds, I don't know, something like 12,000, something along those lines. And then there's the adjoining. The last time I was there was sponsored by a local cable company or something, whatever it is, Cox or something. And that one only holds a couple thousand. And if you want, when I was there, they kept scheduling the biggest games. The marquee draft picks were going into that gym. So to line up to see that, to get any kind of seat, you had to be there 45 minutes to an hour in advance. And it just wasn't nearly as fun. So this very well could have been the last year, but just didn't seem prudent to go. But I am checking out the games, watching highlights, because I can't see them all, and doing what I can from Los Angeles. But I didn't want to get lulled into like summer game recaps on the show. And the Olympics are officially over. Congrats to the U.S., France, and Australia for medaling, and Slovenia for almost being there. But Slovenia, first time, and you made it that far. The future is looking bright. But the Olympics are finished, and free agency by and large is over. Dennis Schroeder just signed for the mid-level exception of 5.9. I did like that he was asking for 9 to 10, and he wanted a 2-year deal. And the Celtics said no. And also they would not promise him a starting position. And rightly, everybody is bringing up the fact of how he's got to be kicking himself, turning down that option. I mean, this is Nerlens Noel all over again, betting on himself, and it just blowing up disastrously in his face. But he's doing a 1-year deal in the hopes of rejoining the free agency pool next year. And if he plays well enough, then he should be able to get a contract. But I don't know if it'll be anywhere near the $84 million that the Lakers offered him. The cap does projected to jump $7 million next year. So there are a decent number of guys that have either 1-year deals or 1-and-1 deals to rejoin the free agency pool next year. But I didn't, I figure all of that is over and you've gotten up to speed on where pretty much everybody is or is going. I mean, there's a few out there, like for my Bulls marketing, what are we going to do as of right now with him? And, right now, the front office's stance is if you want them, you can have them, but you got to give us a first round pick, and we don't want to take salary back, which means you got to bring in a third team to take on that salary on the outgoing because I think they have an $11 million trade exception, something along those lines, and marketing wants more than that, so they wouldn't be able to do it. So then if they facilitate with a third team, then that third team, by taking on a salary of that decent graduated a size, they're going to want draft compensation, and it is marketing worth potentially 2 first rounders, maybe even 2 firsts and a couple seconds or some jazz like that. It remains to be seen how strong Dallas's appetite for marketing is. I've heard Dallas and I believe it's New Orleans are both intrigued by the possibility, but it's speculative. And can you get a full show out of the speculative nature of a guy here, guy there, still kind of waiting in the wings to figure out that where their destiny lays. So I figured it was a good time to take off and rest up. I enjoy doing this show every week. So I will miss it for the short duration that it's off, but the season is right around the corner. We're going to be back to basketball action pretty quickly. So I might as well enjoy the time off and not have the league monopolize so much of my nights, which I don't want to say pisses my wife off, but she is not a fan. I will say that. God bless her. She knows how much I enjoy it, so she supports me in watching, which find yourself a woman that does that because it's the best. Or a partner, rather, anyone that is supportive. But that's it. I just wanted to come on today. I probably should have done this last week, but I didn't. So Ramon is joined in the chat. There's a few others watching right now, but I'll be putting this up on the podcast feed. So thanks for joining me this season in playoffs. I thoroughly appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. If you guys have ideas for potential shows, something you want to talk about, like really dive deep into, I'm not going to promise that I'm going to do it every week, but I'm more than willing to do the research and, try and find interesting and unique hooks, something that is worthy of discussion. Hit me up. Let me know. You can email me with your ideas at droppinddimesshow@gmail.com with an idea. Hey, what about this? I have a couple ruminating in my head. Just kind of like deep dives into comparative aspects. But I need to flesh those out to see if it's worthy of sitting down for an hour or so and having that kind of discussion. So please hit me up, droppinddimesshow@gmail.com if you got any ideas of topics and subjects you think are worthy of a full length, in-depth, analysis. I'd love to see them. It's always good to get different perspectives and ideas. So please hit me up and enjoy the time off from the league. Salivate and look forward to when it comes back. And I'll see you guys when it does. Until then, stay safe out there. Please go get your vaccine. Let's beat this damn thing. And that's it. I'll see you guys next season. Until then, adios.